Okay, so it looked like it said an arch is in the shape of a parabola and it has a span of 100 feet and a maximum height of 20 feet. Find the equation of the parabola and determine the height of the arch 40 feet from the center. It might help to locate your vertex at the point 0, 20 on your graph. So we found the vertex 0, 20, and it looked like you had written on your paper H and K, like you recognized that those were for this vertex form. You would be able to plug those in. And then I put a couple more things on here that I recognize from the given information. It says it has a span of 100 feet. So if we kind of pretend this is the y-axis coming down here from this arch, then we would say that this side of the arch, because it's symmetric, is going to be 50, and this point over here would be negative 50, right? Negative 50, 0. So we have a couple points, and that helps us to figure out maybe what we're missing. We need to figure out what this A is. It looks like we have an H and a K, we have an X and a Y. So we can plug these in to maybe solve for this A. And then once we have the A, we kind of have, because we do have H and K, we do have everything we need for this equation, and then we're going to have to use that to solve for this unknown. It asks us what the height is at 40 feet from the center. So starting right here, so 40 feet. So 10 feet away from where it ends. So for the way I would do it is I would say, okay, this is what I know. I know that y is 0. So 0 equals, I'm using this y right here, equals a, which is what I'm trying to find out. X in this case is 50. And then it's going to be minus h, which we found right here was 0. You had that already on there. 0 squared plus k, which was 20. Okay, so, and it makes sense that a should be negative because this is a downward parabola, right? This is a downward parabola. So let's subtract 20 from both sides. I'll use this purple to show what I'm doing. Subtract 20 from both sides, and 20 equals 50 squared would be 2,500, right? 2,500 A. So divide by 2,500, and I think we would probably just put that on a calculator. 20 divided by 2,500, 0.008, so 8,000. So probably I think that was 1 over 125, but let's put it on Desmos really quick to see, because I graphed it, but I want to make sure that that's what I had done. Let's change that to a fraction. Yeah, that's where I got the 1 over 125. So A was 1 over 125. So now for your equation, you're just going to have y equals, I don't know what form, it looks like right here you were trying to write it in the other form. You can just arrange your equation. I bet you'd probably be okay with that. If you need help with that, I can help you too. But this is going to be negative, I don't know why I want to keep writing 1/2, negative 1 over 125, and then it's going to be x squared, right? Because minus h, but h was 0. I guess we don't need those parentheses either. So negative 1 over 125x squared plus 20, which it looks like you had was k, so plus 20. And I went through and graphed this parabola using Desmos. This is just an easier form to put it in on Desmos. If you want to do it, you can do it yourself. But here's So I put it in on Desmos. So I put y equals the -1 over 125, which is what we got for a, x squared plus 20. And we can see like right here, so the height is 20 and the span, which was 100, is right here. So the height is 20, our span is 100. So for our parabola, this makes sense that that would be that would be kind of what they were asking us, to find that would be the correct, because it meets the criteria. So now we can come up here and we can kind of see what we're shooting for. So when x is 40, when x is 40, it looks like we should be getting something like 7 1/5. Okay, so let's go through and I'll show you really quick how you would do that. So once we have this, we're going to now use x as 40 and we're going to use y as our unknown. So I left it in this form just because this simplified this portion of the question as well, what we were looking for right here. So y we don't know. Let's use a different color. So, right? Okay, so y we don't know, but we do know what a was. We used the other information to find that. So we have that. And we know what x is at the point that we're trying to find this particular y, and x was 40. So it's going to be 40 squared. And then we're going to add 20. So again, we'll just put this on Desmos really quick. It looks like it was -1 over 125. And then we were going to multiply that by 40 squared. And then we were going to add 20 to that. And it looks like we get 36/5. So if we change that to decimal, that will be 7 1/5, or 36/5, which is 7.2, which is what we found on our graph. So that makes sense, right? That would be the right answer. So you could write it as 36/5. You could write it as 31 1/5. You know, like you could write it as 7 2/10. Sorry, I am saying those things really wrong. 7 2/10 or 36/5. It would definitely not be 31. That would be a really big number. Okay, so y equals, when we put that all on our calculator, y equaled 36/5, right? Or 7 2/10. Yeah, 36/5 or 7 2/10. Okay, hopefully that helped. If you still have more questions, let me know. Good luck.